In this video, I'll show you how I built this AI-powered email support system using Make.com and GPT-4 with no coding and fully automated. So if you handle support emails manually, this will save you hours. Let's dive in. So we've got a bit of a flowchart of what we're trying to achieve here. So basically, anytime an email arrives in our inbox, we're going to use AI to classify the email as either irrelevant, support, or uncertain. If it's irrelevant, we're not going to do anything. If it's a support email, we're going to use AI to generate an appropriate response and send that response to the customer and log that response in a Google Sheets table. And if we're uncertain, we're just going to flag the email for human review and forward that email on to an internal team. All right, so let's dive in how to build this. So I've just got a new Make.com scenario here. And in this case, I'm using email to what email. So we're just going to use a simple filter and look for all emails that are inbox. Now our next module is we're looking for AI and we want a completion. For this case, I'm going to use GPT-4.1 Nano just because it's nice and affordable. Okay, we're going to add a message and developer. You are a helpful, intelligent email classifying assistant. And then we're going to add a user prompt, a user message here. So we're just going to say, please classify the email below as either support, irrelevant, or uncertain. Irrelevant emails include things like promotional messages or supplier outreach. In your response, only say output only JSON string, for example. And then we're just going to add in one more message into our ChatGPT completion. And this is going to say the email body. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to pass our response as JSON. So we're just going to pass in the message content from OpenAI. So we're just going to run the scenario one time so that we can get a JSON output to work with. So I'm just going to hit run once, just taking the last email we've received, which in this case is, can you help? How do I reset my password? We're passing that into its own field. So now we can add a router. And if you recall, we want 3 paths. So the first path, this is going to be for anything that we're flagging as irrelevant. So our condition here is classification is equal to irrelevant. Our second path here, this is going to be for anything that we're tagging as support. So again, the condition is classification is equal to support. And our third rule, we're actually going to use this as our fallback, which means that if it doesn't meet either irrelevant or support, we'll be using this third path. So this one we're going to call uncertain. So if the email gets tagged as irrelevant, we're not going to do anything. So we'll just leave that path there to end. If, however, we're flagging it as support, we're going to use another OpenAI completion. And again, I'm just going to use GPT-4 Nano. Of course, you can use any model that you like. I'm going to add a developer system message. You a helpful, intelligent support assistant. We're going to add a user message, which is going to say, please provide a customer support response for the following. Keep your tone Spartan, avoid further language, and then we're just going to paste in our email body, which is text content here. So that's all. Save that. So then we're going to pass that through in an email. So for 2, we're just going to send it back to the original sender. Our subject is going to be return email, the original subject line. And for our content, we're just going to pass through our ChatGPT response and guides. And then finally, we're just going to add a new row to our Google Sheets spreadsheet. Just going to take everything from our content here and put that in slot A. Okay. So the only other thing we need to address is our final path down here, our fallback path for when we've classified it as uncertain. So in this case, we're just going to forward the email to our support account. And very simply, we're just saying forward. We're going to put in the original subject line along with the HTML content. And that's it. All right. So let's give that a test. So I am going to compose a new email. So this is going to go to jai@techflowautomations.com. Can you help? There's a subject line. How do I reset my Windows 11 password? Many thanks. We're going to send that. Now, if we jump back into our make.com workflow and we run this once, okay, so let's have a look at what's happened. So we've received the email, hey there, how do I reset my Windows 11 password? We've passed that through to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has classified that as a support email. We've passed that in JSON, then we've used that to determine which way it should go. In this case, it's filtered true for classification equals support. So ChatGPT has provided us with a response. Hello, to reset your Windows 11 password, follow these steps. On the login screen, click forgot password, follow the prompts to reset your password via your Microsoft account or local account recovery options. If you need further assistance, please specify your account type. Regards. And then we've put that into our email that we're sending back, and we've appended that to Google Sheets. So yeah, I hope this shows you how easy it is to build out an AI support system for your own business. If you would like the blueprint that we've built here today, there'll be a link to download that just in the description below. Any questions, please drop a comment, and I'll see you next time.